Hello friends, how are you? Let us start with the 11th chapter, India and Water Resources. This chapter is very easy and interesting, students, and map is also going to be asked from this chapter. There is a water, hence there is a life. So without water, there is not possibility of any life. Any type of life cannot be imagined on the earth without the water. There is no other option for water resource. The list of its uses is very long. Entire biotic world uses water to sustain their life. Everyone, every species uses water. The prosperity of any nation depends on its agriculture and the amount of the water it uses in it. Water is also required for drinking, domestic uses and industries. Water shortage is being created because of the rate and volume of which it is being used by increasing population and for developmental projects. So water uses, shortage of water, crisis of water occur because of the increasing the population and developmental project. With this consideration, it is necessary to use water sparingly. Students, we have to use water properly, judicially. Water is a limited resource. No other resource can be replaced, can be used in its place. Means there is no close alternative of the water. So we have to use the water properly. If the environment exists, it is because of the water. So water is an inseparable part of the life. This is just an introduction importance of the water in our life. Now sources of water. How do we get the water? There are three sources of water. You know, students, this very well: rainwater, surface water and groundwater. You know, rain is the original source of water on the earth. River, lakes, streams, well, etc. are the secondary sources. All these sources exist due to the rainfall. Now surface water. The water on the surface of the earth is found in the form of river, lake, pond, sea, streams. It is called surface water. Rivers are the main source of surface water. Now groundwater, the water that penetrates under the ground, that considered as a groundwater, is an important place among the source of water. Groundwater is obtained due to the process of water absorbed by the lower strata of the land. Means the water that penetrate into the land. The volume of groundwater is unlimited. In the northern plains, there is a 42% of groundwater. But in the southern India, there is a less groundwater because of the plateau and the mountainous region. So groundwater is utilized maximum for the irrigation. Students, this groundwater you have to remember for 2 marks. This will ask in the section B. Now student, water resources and its uses. Irrigation. About 84% of water in India is useful for irrigation. About 1500 liters of water is required to produce 1 kg of wheat, paddy, jute, sugarcane crops require more water. Water is being used for irrigation since ancient period of time. In the 2nd century, the famous Grand Anicut Canal was constructed across the river Kaveri. Students, underline this, will ask for the MCQ. Grand Anicut Canal was constructed across the river Kaveri. 1882, the Eastern Yamuna Canal was constructed in the Uttar Pradesh. So you have to remember two things: Grand Anicut Canal that constructed across the river Kaveri, and Eastern Yamuna Canal was constructed in Uttar Pradesh. There are three mediums of irrigation in India: one, well, tube wells; second, canals; and third, ponds. Out of these, wells and canals are major medium of irrigation. So when the after the monsoon season, farmers are carried on the agriculture activity with the use of the irrigation facilities. Canals and ponds come at the second and the third place respectively. Canal irrigation is practiced in the vast plain of Satluj, Ganga, Yamuna and the delta region of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri rivers in the eastern plains. When the rivers are there, wells, tube wells are very common in alluvial plains. Irrigation by ponds practiced mostly in the southern India and eastern and the south Indian states. So canals facility available where the rivers flow of the rivers are there, mostly in the northern plains and all, clear. And tube wells and wells mostly common in the alluvial plains, and irrigation by ponds that practice in eastern and the southern states. Now, multi-purpose project. This is very important topic from this chapter. This will ask for 2 marks in the section B. What do you mean by multi-purpose project? This will ask for 2 marks. So students, you have to learn it. Many large and small rivers flow in India. Water transportation is very rich in India. This is because the physiography is such that many rivers that merge with the other rivers and empty their water into the sea. With the idea that these water may be harnessed, means utilized for various purpose. Water of the river can be utilized for the various purposes. So multi-purpose projects are planned on this on many rivers. So here you have to underline a multi-purpose project means to solve various problems associated with the river valleys. What kind of problems, what kind of programs? It includes flood control, prevention of soil erosion, water for drinking and irrigation and industries, water provided to the settlement, means the human settlement, generation of electricity, hydropower electricity, internal water transportation, and the transportation in the on the river that considered as internal water transportation, entertainment, wildlife protection and development of the fisheries. So this is called multi-purpose project. This will ask for 2 marks. You have to learn it. Now student, this table is very important for the MCQ and for the map. Okay, definitely map will be asked from this. So multi-purpose project, Bhakra Nangal Dam on river Satluj, states benefited Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan. Kosi multi-purpose project on river Kosi, they benefited state Bihar. Damodar Valley multi-purpose project on the river Damodar, benefited state Jharkhand, West Bengal. Hirakund project that built on the river Mahanadi, state benefited Odisha. Chambal Valley, that's on the river Chambal, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Nagarjuna Sagar multi-purpose project on the river Krishna, Andhra Pradesh and the Telangana. Krishnaraj Sagar multi-purpose project on the Kaveri river, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu states. Tungabhadra multi-purpose project on the river Tungabhadra and benefited state Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Now in the Gujarat, Narmada Valley Sardar Sarovar built on the river Narmada, benefited state Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. Kadana Vanakbori multi-purpose project on Mahisagar, that's benefited state Gujarat. Ukai Kakrapar, that's built on the river Tapi, Gujarat. Dharoi Dam on river Sabarmati, benefited in Gujarat, this one. Narmada Valley built on the river Narmada. Narmada river originated from the Madhya Pradesh and this river flow in the Gujarat and Rajasthan also. So this river, this Narmada Valley Sardar Sarovar project built on the Narmada river not only benefited to Gujarat but also Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. Now distribution of area under the irrigation. There is a difference regarding the area under irrigation in every state. Coastal district in Andhra Pradesh, Delta region of Godavari, Kaveri rivers, Mahanadi Delta in Odisha, Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, etc. are the region of intensive irrigation of the country. Means irrigation practice here more. Clear? After independence, irrigated area in India increased 4 times. So irrigation is practice is about 38% of net sown area. Out of 100%, 38% land under the irrigation. This is the difference in the irrigated area of the different state. In Mizoram only 7.3%. This you have to remember for MCQ. Total area under the irrigation. In Punjab 90.8% area under the irrigation. Because there are amalgamation of 5 rivers, Punjab. There is a vast difference between the total area under irrigation with the total area sown. So more than 40% of area, total area sown is under irrigation. Mostly the state that benefited more in the irrigations are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu Kashmir, Tamil Nadu and Manipur. Now water crisis, water problems. Many states and many villages are facing the problem of water crisis, especially in the summer season, students. So why such type of crisis occur? One of the main reason behind that, a population, increasing population. So demand for water also as population increases, demand for water also increases. And second tendency of the human being is not using the water properly or sparingly. So that these all are the causes of the water crisis. Water is a natural gift. Water shortage is constantly intensified due to the increasing demand for grains by increasing the population to grow the cash crops, increasing urbanization, changing lifestyle of the people. Why there is increasing the water? Because of population increases, they demand more food grains, they demand more cash crops, urbanization increases, lifestyle of the people that changes. The position of the water supply inequality in the local distribution are challenges to the human interest. Livelihood means income and economic development. Nowadays, water crisis is a very alarming stage in the arid region of western Rajasthan, interior area of southern peninsula plateau. Means what? Alarming stage means what? Great problem. People are facing a more water problems in the western Rajasthan and the interior area of southern peninsula plateau. The quality of water has totally deteriorated, means spoil or bad, in many villages and some towns. Many waterborne diseases also spread due to the contaminated water. Availability of the pure potable drinking water is a basic needs of the life of the human being. Apart from the attempts made to increase the availability of potable water, there is a large difference between demand of water and supply. Obviously, demand is more and supply is less. Even today, there is a shortage of drinking water in about 8% towns in India, and it needs to be done to provide clean drinkable water to about 50% of villages in the country. Pure drinking water, 8% problem in the towns and the 50% problem in the villages. There has been a large increase in the irrigation facilities in India. However, two-thirds of the agricultural region still depends on the rainwater. In recent time, the groundwater levels has gone down considerably due to the more and more water is extracted through the wells and the tube wells. As a result, the groundwater resource has decreased. So, irrigation facilities increases. Two-thirds agricultural land still depends upon the rainwater. The underground water level also gone down because people are using more water. The country is facing severe problems of some states extract groundwater in excess volume. Serious problem like reduction in the quality of the water, increasing scarcity have to be faced, and the people have started using more and more water that lead to the reduction. Beside agricultural, water is used in industries in totally uncontrolled quantity. Okay, main source of water pollution are polluted water of domestic uses and industry. Two sources, a human being, domestic sources and industry that pollute the water, and their water using the water haphazardly. So people are not using the water judicially. So that causes the water problems. Now how to solve this problem? How to manage the water? How to conserve the water resources? So that's management and conservation of water resources. This is the most important question from this chapter. So students, you have to learn it. We all know that availability of water is a limited quantity and distribution is also unequal. Along with there is a problem of water pollution. So that is why it is very necessary to use water properly and to conserve the available water. Water resources are very less. We are not using it properly, so it is necessary to conserve the water. Water is a such resource which is directly associated with the entire living beings. Nobody can live without water. The remedies to conserve the water are to be done at the different stages. The maintenance of the water resource that called as water conservation, underline that. Some general remedies of water conservation are as follows. More construction of reservoirs for water storage, means construction, digging out the ponds when the onset of monsoon and all, connecting two river basins and bringing the groundwater at a higher level. Water is a national resource. Now this is most important. I am going to explain you that watershed development. It will ask for 2 marks. What is a watershed development? Students, you have to remember this. Watershed is a natural unit not created by human being. It is used by synthesizing development in the smaller natural unit according to the convenience. A river basin is such an area where the water of the river along with the water of its branches form the watershed. A pure river basins and the water of that river and water of its river branches of the river form the watershed. A watershed region is ultimately a river basin only, that river only. The water during the rainy season flow forward, finally meet any river. So the development of the watershed is the overall approachment of the development. Overall approach of the development. Now you have to remember. It includes the program like soil, humidity conservation, water storage, then tree plantation, forestation, horticulture, growing of the vegetables and the fruits. Okay, development of pasture land, renewal of the collective resources. So these all programs undertaken during the watershed development in that river only. In all these programs, the land capability and the requirement of the people have to be considered. Capability of the land and the requirement of the people of that particular local area considered. It needs the participation of the local people. Many schemes are planned by state and the central government. So this watershed development is that river basin only. So these all programs are undertaken, okay, with the help of the local people over there, and these schemes planned by state and the central government. Students, this is most important, you have to learn for 2 marks.